and the average rent for a two-bedroom is $1,650.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the February 27, 2007 Board of Selectmen Sewer Commissioner meeting. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Yes, Madam Chair. All four selectmen are present. The Town Administrator, Michael Hartman, is not in this evening.
Thank you. At this time, if there's anyone here that would like to address the board, I would ask that they come forward. Yep, have a seat right there.
Is this on?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Teresa Tello. Our lawyer had forwarded a letter to all of the selectmen in regards to property on 6 Anchorage Drive that was sold at the town auction. There's been some serious concerns with what's been going on with the boards between Board of Health, Conservation, as well as correspondence between the town referencing this property before it was sold. And I guess the reason we came tonight was to address it before the town administrator is out of office, because of a lot of it has to do with him. And also, I guess John Foster. I mean, they were in charge. They were in charge of the auction.
If I may, I've met Teresa through Conservation and Board of Health as the liaison to both of those. As a matter of fact, my email had a problem, and I got it kicked back to me, and I checked it today, so you didn't get my last email, so I apologize. What the situation is that this was in our assessor's office, stamped on the assessment as an unbuildable lot per the building department. When it went up through auction, we made no representations as to the buildability on these lots at the auction. However, when they came in front of the Board of Selectmen, we were given the list that said it was unbuildable. Now there is someone trying to build on it. And they're asking for variances at the Board of Health.
Several.
Yeah, variances at Conservation. And they will have to go through variances at zoning. What I said in my email essentially was that, unfortunately, the Board of Selectmen, we can't step in and supersede those boards. I did, as you know, I stood up at both of the meetings and said what the Board of Selectmen, what we had believed to be which ones were buildable and everything, and what we had for paperwork. I had also received paperwork, 2 variations of paperwork, which I believe under your request for information I had given you.
Mm-hmm.
One was given to me as the advertisement showing that it was listed as unbuildable, and then the actual advertisement that I got from Mr. Foster that showed no such comments on it. So there is a discrepancy, unfortunately, I believe the only problem is that we kind of have to wait and let, if Board of Health agrees with it or denies it, Conservation, same thing, and Zoning Board. And then it would probably, if they all approved it, then it would have to go to court. We can't step in. We don't have the authority, even though we sold it with our interpretation of one way, because it was not presented legally at the auction that way.
Can I ask a question?
It's still presented at the town as an undevelopable piece of property according to the state codes.
What does it say on the tax assessor's record?
13
says it's coded 132, which is undevelopable.
Okay, maybe I'm sorry. I'm just kind of getting acclimated to this issue. I thought, and this is where I'm going to show a little ignorance as far as the particular stages and procedures with respect to issuing and granting various permits leading up to a buildable lot. I thought the first stop in that process was with the building inspection office, who either granted a permit based on a variety of factors, or automatically kicked it to the ZBA if, in fact, there were variance issues outside what our zoning called for. So, but you're saying this is before the Board of Health and before...
I'm saying they sidestepped the ZBA, and they're trying to get confirmation from the Board of Health and Conservation. The lawyer has sent a letter stating that they're supposed to reference all variances needed, and they haven't done that at the same time.
So I'm right?
You're right.
Oh, you are right.
Yes, you are right.
What, and I was,
Now, when you say, I just want to ask
no,
one
go
more
ahead,
question.
please.
When you say they sidestep, who sidestep?
The applicants. I would say they, because they're the ones applying for the variances.
their engineer and applicant, the owner of the property and their
And
engineer.
you're of the opinion that the building department was sidestepped and therefore they're in front of bodies that they shouldn't be in front of because they haven't been before building yet?
Yes, according to the way things are supposed to be, they're supposed to apply for all variances simultaneously, and they haven't done that.
That's my understanding.
The building department, as it stands right now, in March of '06, determined or deemed this unbuildable, and that is on the assessor's record in the town hall.
Well, I'm confused again, because I don't think the assessor can just unilaterally change the status of the...
It's not
If I could
changed.
just, I would say,
It's
no,
not
this
changed.
has always been an unbuildable
It's
lot.
always
I
been
shouldn't say
unbuildable.
always.
Well-
Yeah, I mean, really, since the subdivision that went in '89, I think it was, or '79?
72.
'79, something like that. And it was always as unbuildable in our assessors, and the building department actually went down, which is something that I haven't seen, that in the comments area of the assessors thing, it says unbuildable per Wareham Building Department. and the
March
date.
'06.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as far as them supposed to be simultaneously, I believe, I'm not sure which hearing we were at, but we were told that quite often the engineers or whatever will go in and get the ones that they think will be,
Well-
or they'll go in and get one so that they can go
Yeah,
and say,
right.
oh, we're already this far.
I understand. Can I ask
Exactly.
another question, please? John, maybe you can answer this question. What was the purchase price of the lot, and how does that square with fair market value of a buildable
Well,
lot? Well, hold on. Let me talk to John.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not sure what, I think it was 37,000 or 35,000.
35.5 is what they ended up paying after back taxes.
And do we know what the fair market value of a
I
buildable
can
lot would be?
tell you that piece of property at the head of the road sold for over $200,000 last year.
Same size?
Same size.
We got a problem.
That's why I'm questioning this, that somebody messed up, somebody called in a favor, call it what you may, I don't know, except that this town, for somebody that's so desperate for money, was cheated out of a lot of money if that lot was buildable. And you have a lot of upset neighbors because it's wetlands. It holds a lot of wetlands, it holds a wildlife habitat, and if you came down and looked at it, it's just, they're going to slap a above-ground septic right on the corner. They're going to squeeze from 30,000 square feet. They're trying to squeeze the septic, the house, in, 8 to 10,000 square feet. It's going to devalue all of our properties in that neighborhood.
John?
Sure. Could I,
Sure,
Please.
absolutely.
Do you want me to leave?
No.
No. Okay.
No, as long as you don't hit them, you can stay there.
I'm cool.
okay. I guess about a month ago, 2 months ago, I got a phone call on this property. First of all of the properties that were sold at auction had no
And the
condition.
average rent for a two-bedroom is $1,650.